In Pokemon Legends Arceus, there are two major groups that play a central role within the game's story and make up a large number of the people that you interact with throughout your adventure, and those would be the Diamond and Pearl clans. These two somewhat native tribes of people arrived in the Hisui region before you ultimately did, along with the rest of the people of Jubilife Village. However, they have a secret to them that the game does not tell you. A secret origin about where they actually come from, because newsflash, they're not actually from Hisui, and it actually makes their story a lot more deep and intriguing than they might appear on the surface. And in today's video, we are going to explore what that origin is all about. During the story of Pokemon Legends Arceus, the Diamond and Pearl clans are at odds with each other, but sometimes you just need someone to help you out instead, which is where today's lovely sponsor, Upstart, comes in. Upstart specializes in providing personal loans, so whether you need funds for a big project, are looking to make a big purchase, or even just want to pay off credit cards, Upstart can help make that happen. Over 1 million people have used Upstart, and the best part is, paying them back is as simple as one fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. Upstart also considers factors like employment, and not just credit score, to help you get the kind of loan that's gonna work best for you. You can even check what kind of loan you're able to get in just 5 minutes without impacting your credit score for loans between $1,000 to $50,000. You can even get funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan offer. And you can find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/hoops or just simply click the link in the description below. Again, that's upstart.com/hoops, and don't forget to use that URL to let them know I sent you. So go to upstart.com/hoops if you would like to check that out, and a big thank you to them for supporting the channel and making videos like this possible. So when it comes to the Diamond and Pearl clans, in a nutshell, they are two opposing tribes of people that worship Dialga and Palkia respectively as the Almighty Sinnoh. These two groups disagree about who the Almighty Sinnoh truly is, which results in their rivalry that we see in the game. However, the irony here is that neither of them are actually right, as we see throughout the game's story, because the true Almighty Sinnoh is, of course, Arceus itself. These are the details that the game does present to you about these two clans, but the details that it kind of tries to keep a little more hidden under the rug are what's really more interesting about them. And first and foremost, that would have to do with the likely original founders of the two clans themselves. These two founders would be none other than the ancestor to Maxie, the leader of Team Magma, for the Diamond Clan, and Archie, the leader of Team Aqua, for the Pearl Clan. And the reason why we can say that Archie and Maxie's ancestors are the likely founders of the Diamond and Pearl clans, despite the apparent randomness, is the fact that every single one of the Diamond and Pearl clans' houses have a picture on display that depicts a person that is very, very clearly tied to both Maxie and Archie respectively. And given the fact that these pictures are indeed in all of the houses of these respective clans, and these two characters are obviously wearing Diamond and Pearl clan attire, we can assume that they are in fact the original founders of these tribes, especially because Irida makes mention of the Pearl clan's founder when she gives you the lustrous globe in the post-game. So the origins of the Diamond and Pearl clans lie with the ancestors to Archie and Maxie, who obviously originate from the Hoenn region, which calls into question how exactly this could be the case if we're dealing with a couple of Sinnoh-based tribes. Well, that is where my lovely comment section comes in, because on a previous Legends Arceus video of mine, a viewer by the name of Gustav Jew left their own idea on the possible origins of the Diamond and Pearl clan, so much of the following theory is credit to them. As Gustav writes, given the fact that we know that the founders of the Diamond and Pearl clans are very likely Archie and Maxie's ancestors who themselves have ties to Hoenn, and we also know, as it is stated throughout the game, that the Diamond and Pearl clans came to Hisui from across the sea, they very well could have come to Hisui from the Hoenn region, as Hoenn is from across the sea, and it would explain why Archie and Maxie's ancestors are leading them. Why would these two characters come to Hisui of all places though, given that they almost exclusively have ties to the Hoenn region and the Hoenn region alone, and we really don't see them anywhere else aside from Alola within the Team Rainbow Rocket episode? Well, it has to do with another tie to Hoenn that also lies within the Hisui/Sinnoh region, and that would be Regigigas. Regigigas is obviously the trio master of the Regi trio from Hoenn, or I guess the quintuplet master now, since we also have the two from Galar, but nevertheless, it is the leader and the creator of Regirock, Regice, and Registeel. One thing that all of these Pokemon have in common, aside from being a part of the same legendary family, is that they are all sealed away. These Pokemon were all sealed away in the distant past due to their devastating power, and as has been theorized upon in the past, it's thought that Regigigas is sealed away in Sinnoh as opposed to Hoenn where the other ones are, because they wanted to get the leader of this group as far away from that original trio of Pokemon as possible in order to limit their power and their potential destructiveness. And this is where the Archie and Maxie ancestors and the Diamond and Pearl clans come into play, because it gives them a reason to have traveled to Hisui. They were probably involved in the sealing of Regirock, Regice, and Registeel in the Hoenn region, and once that was completed, they knew they needed to get Regigigas as far away from them as possible. So they traveled to the Hisui region in order to seal it away so it would be plenty far away from those other three Pokemon, and it was also sealed away itself within the Snow Point Temple, which these tribes probably built in order to seal it so it could not pose any potential threat to people in the future. And in addition to this, what's also really interesting about this theory is that they would have done this as a single group, not split into two, because at this point, they would have all been a part of the same tribe with the same goal, which was to take Regigigas away and seal it in a faraway land compared to the Regis in Hoenn. And it was only after they made it to Hisui and accomplished their goal of sealing Regigigas away that they split off into two different factions. And the cause of this split would obviously be due to the ideological differences that have to do with them worshipping Dialga and Palkia respectively. Upon sealing Regigigas away, this group, led by the ancestors of Archie and Maxie, would have stayed within the Hisui region in order to keep watch on the Snow Point Temple and the monstrous Pokemon that lies within, hence why we see the Pearl Clan settlement up north in the Alabaster Icelands so close to the Snow Point Temple itself. And once they had settled into their newfound home, at some point Maxie and Archie would have had to have had an encounter of some kind with Dialga and Palkia respectively, which would have caused Maxie and Archie respectively to worship the Pokemon that they saw as the almighty Sinnoh. However, unbeknownst to each other, they both saw different Pokemon, which ultimately caused their arguing, their rivalry, and their eventual split into the Diamond and Pearl clans that we see in Legends Arceus. And these two as the leaders would very much explain a split as well, because as we know, their descendants are intense rivals, which would give their ancestors all the more reason to split up and create two opposing groups of people with different beliefs. So while it may seem to be the case on the surface that Archie and Maxie appearing in a game like Pokemon Legends Arceus makes no sense at all, it actually does make sense because it's trying to tell us about a massive new chunk of lore involving the founding and settling of the Sinnoh region, which involved in part people from the Hoenn region who came to Hisui to seal away Regigigas, led by none other than Archie and Maxie, who would eventually come to blows with each other, split off, and create two separate groups that they both led, which ultimately ended up becoming known as the Diamond and Pearl clans. So, that is my theory on the secret origin of the Diamond and Pearl clans in Pokemon Legends Arceus. However, like I said earlier, I can't take all the credit for this one, as Gustav Ju from one of my previous videos was definitely on top of it as well, so a big shout out to them. If you enjoyed the video though, be sure to leave a like and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, be sure to subscribe if you're new for more new Pokemon content all the time, and with that being said, I will be back with another video very soon. Until then, as always, thank you guys so much for watching this one, I love you all very much, and I will smell you guys later.